Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Gemini, October 11, 2022. Pluto ends its retrograde cycle today. The shift itself can feel a little dramatic, or you can feel pressure as it happens this week. However, things will soon take off, particularly in financial, domestic, and family matters. Your relationships with family and family roles are changing, and your determination to resolve challenges is building. Take charge energy and your motivation increase. Acknowledge the need to make changes and improvements for best results now, and own it. Letting go of something that's been dragging you down may be part of this energy. Home-related projects might unblock or gain momentum as you advance. A full moon in Aries is echoing within the skies. While it will reach peak culmination tomorrow, it can already be felt growing like wildfire now. Full moons always can be felt for a few days prior and echo out for days after. With Aries energy being the focal point of the heavens, this will put you into a different mindset than you normally express. You are an air sign, often led by logic and wit and a strategy. Aries energy throws this out the window and is led by the throes of desire and passion. You tend to be more tactful and diplomatic. Aries energy is aggressive. Pay attention if you feel it creeping into your aura and firing you up now. Is your foundation stable? Ideally, you have a steady foundation to build your career upon. This should include an adept support system, fulfilling experiences, a harmonious work-life balance, and even some educational influences to sustain your career path. But from the end of April to today, Pluto retrograde in Capricorn might have alluded to aspects of your foundation that are shakier than you may have thought. Now that Pluto is stationing direct, you should destroy whatever is not working to create a more empowering foundation for your career path. As the moon leaves your work sector today, this will leave you with more than just an intuitive read on work and job matters. As you start to unpack a download of information, you will find an inflated sense of anticipation on the income and job fronts, as the moon wraps up its last visit before lucky Jupiter returns just 2 weeks before the Sun and Venus, the planet of money, are due to begin the most lucrative weeks of 2022. Focus and concentration is something that you tend to admire in others, being easily distracted yourself. Since when has your nature limited you? This month is a wonderful opportunity to choose something to focus on and go after it. Try to focus on your body, choosing one healthy habit to maintain for an entire month. Increasing your intake of water is one suggestion. You will definitely see results. This is going to be a good day coming up. Indeed, this period will be good for working, taking on responsibilities and making some constructive decisions. You have everything you need for success, but you should have more confidence in yourself. Make an effort and don't lose sight of your objectives and what you have decided on doing. If you are in the middle of a project, it's time to make it concrete. In terms of the people in your life, get together with your friends, if possible, and figure out new opportunities for having fun together. While the moon's return to your relationship sector today begins the lead up to a full moon that will see it clash with the Sun and Venus in your relationship sector, this is something to be excited about. This is a full moon that at some point during your birthday month will always put a balance between your personal and relationship needs to the test, making both more transparent. However, for the first time in 3 years you have Venus, the planet of love, in Libra, and she will be looking for a win-win. The moon not only returns to your relationship sector today to begin the lead up to a full moon that will always fall at some point during your birthday month. This is a full moon that can put a balance between your personal and relationship needs to the test, but as the moon's last visit while Jupiter is here, this is the push to make the most out of these final weeks where the doors are open to the past and second chances. Our eyes in the sky. With the full moon in the passionate sign of Aries, it's a day to focus on your innermost desires and needs. This could be tough because, combined with the Sun in Libra, it could cause some people-pleasing energy. That doesn't go too well with what the universe is requiring of the collective these days. Maybe you're now learning that you are your own family, though you could have regrets over something or someone who recently left the picture. Keep in mind that most of these transits aren't for the faint of heart. This moon in Aries hasn't let up on the gas at all. It isn't your responsibility to be an emotional punching bag in any respect. The theme of abuse of power dominates the conversation overall. Having compassion for yourself and your closest loved ones is the most important thing. Everything else really doesn't matter. You are a human being, and living the human experience can be harsh in general on a grander scale. Addictive cycles and dramatic patterns are also a possibility for some who are trying to cope with these changes. Taking the curious approach to your thoughts is the best way to determine any solutions. Prioritize your basic needs. Knowing that there are so many who are feeling the same way will help you through the tough times. Know how amazing you are and how much the universe loves you. Mid-afternoon, the Aries full moon provokes anxiety. The September 25th Libra new moon prompted us to set intentions for establishing reciprocal relationships, while warning that fixating on perfection could tip the scales off balance. Today, this giving-receiving dynamic is illuminated. We are forced to pull back cooperative energy to focus on our own needs. Yet, the moon's conjunction with wounded healer Chiron makes this an extremely awkward process. The Aries moon amplifies the perception that taking risks, pioneering our efforts, and even expressing difficult emotions like anger, puts us at a disadvantage. It doesn't help matters that the Sun is traveling with Venus, putting extra pressure on us to achieve relational harmony. At this time, we are guided to recognize that when we pursue our aims, we heal ourselves, thereby making ourselves better candidates for relationships based on mutual respect. If we constantly focus on our perceived failures or weaknesses, we will continue to sell ourselves short in our partnerships, believing ourselves to be unworthy of those whose love we desire. As difficult as it may be to negotiate this day, any brushes with self-doubt, insecurity, or criticism are intended to highlight anxieties so they can be reintegrated healthily. In doing so, we build a foundation of self-love, a prerequisite for relational love. In the evening, the moon sextiles Saturn in Aquarius, offering stabilization following a tricky full moon. This transit harmonizes the energies of our inner child and inner elder. It allows us to understand that emotional safety must come from within, from interior self-regulation. By setting proper boundaries, we engage with others in healthier and happier ways. Limits do not restrict us, they provide a safe container for growth and experimentation.